The illusion of the separate self. One of Alan Watts's most profound teachings is that the self, the I you think you are, is largely a social construction. From childhood, we are taught to believe that we exist as independent units, sealed inside our bodies, looking out at a world that is somehow other. We are told, this is you, that is the world. You must protect yourself. You must compete. You must succeed. And so, we grow up feeling like lonely fragments in a vast, indifferent universe. Alan Watts challenged this belief at its root. He explained that the idea of a separate self is not something we discover. It is something we are taught. Language itself reinforces the illusion. We say, I breathe, as though you are doing the breathing, rather than breathing simply happening. We say, I see the tree, as though there is a hard boundary between the observer and the observed. But when you look closely, where exactly is this I? Trying to define yourself. Watts famously said, trying to define yourself is like trying to bite your own teeth. Why? Because the self you are trying to grasp is not an object. It is a process. It is an event happening in the universe, just like a wave in the ocean. You can describe a wave, its height, speed, and shape, but you cannot separate it from the ocean. Without the ocean, there is no wave. In the same way, without the universe, there is no you. You are not in the universe. You are the universe, expressing itself where you are. This idea alone, if truly understood, dissolves much of our fear, anxiety, and inner conflict. The ego as a social mask. Alan Watts often described the ego as a mask, something we wear to function in society. Your name, your job, your personality traits. These are useful tools, but they are not who you truly are. The problem arises when we mistake the mask for our identity. We begin to believe, I am my failures. I am my success. I am my past. I must constantly prove my worth. This creates endless tension. The ego is always afraid of losing status, approval, control, or certainty. And because the ego believes it is separate, it feels perpetually threatened by life itself. Watts pointed out that much of human suffering comes from defending something that doesn't actually exist as we imagine it. The game of life. Instead of seeing life as a serious test or a battle, Alan Watts suggested something revolutionary. Life is a game, not a trivial game, but a cosmic one, an eternal play of hide and seek, where the universe pretends to be separate things, only to rediscover itself again. In this game, you forget who you really are. You take the role seriously. You experience fear, love, loss, and joy, and eventually you wake up. This awakening is not about escaping the world. It is about fully participating, believing you are fundamentally alone in it, without the burden of fear of death and the illusion of control. One of the strongest motivations behind human behavior is the fear of death.